Yo, what's up, YouTube? What's up, Raider Nation? It's your boy, Mr. Ready Kid here. Yo, I'm really bad at making this video shit. Like, I recorded 2 videos. Both, one after the Raider game and one after Reggie McKenzie got fired. And I didn't put either of them out. I'm fucking terrible. But I want to talk about the Raiders, of course. Duh. I would like to talk about the game, but it's already been passed. You know, we're already kind of over that. But what a game. Great game. Fuck the refs and fuck Big Ben and the Steelers. Can't win in Oakland. It was a good game, man. Derek Carr with another game winner. And then that slip at the end, that field goal. That was awesome. But I did rant about a lot of those calls, those penalty calls. It was ridiculous. The refs, we played 2 teams that Sunday, and we beat them both. So luckily that was the turnout. But I want to talk about Reggie McKenzie getting fired and the lawsuit against the Raiders. This is huge. So Reggie McKenzie getting fired is not really a shock, and I kind of want to talk about how everyone is mad that McKenzie got fired, but then they're saying that I don't know. I see a lot of course, divide of, like usual. A lot of people that are so bitter at Mark Davis. You know, they're on Reggie McKenzie's side and think Reggie McKenzie didn't do anything wrong. Well, here's my opinion. When we got Reggie McKenzie, I knew him as a very, very good personnel. How would you say, executive? And coming from Green Bay. And Green Bay had won a championship the last 3 years before, 4 years before, something like that. So, in my eyes, I thought Reggie McKenzie was going to be perfect. Okay, he came in his first year. He drafted DJ Hayden with the first round pick. Dennis Allen was the head coach, and then the rest is kind of history from there. I kind of want to give my thoughts on why I'm okay with McKenzie going. Here's my overall assessment of Reggie McKenzie. Okay, he had to fire his head coach Dennis Allen because he was not very good at all, and then it came down to finding the next guy and who was going to fill that void. When it came to the draft picks, in my eyes, he drafted 4 good players. He drafted Khalil Mack, Derek Carr, Gabe Jackson, which all ended up being in the same year, 1, 2, and 3. And then he drafted Marc Cooper. Turns out Carr wasn't even his pick, didn't want to be his pick. It was more of Mark Davis's fingerprints wanting Derek Carr at that spot if they felt to him. So they did. Imagine if he didn't pick Derek Carr. Who knows where our team could be at this point. I mean, we're still shitty, but at the same time, at least we have a quarterback that can make throws and do what he does. And you saw that against the Steelers. So in my eyes, Reggie McKenzie had 4 good solid draft picks. And unfortunately, we did trade 2 of those 4 away, but the other 2 we gave long-term contracts to, well-deserved long-term contracts, and both are Pro Bowl players. One was an MVP candidate, and led us to an 11-win season or 12-win season. So with that all being said, every other player that Reggie McKenzie had drafted, whether it was 2nd round, 3rd round, 4th round, 5th round, 6th round, and 7th rounder, have not turned out great at all. If not, they're not even on the football team anymore, or they weren't on the football team even before John Gruden came here. So, and our record with Reggie McKenzie as GM just wasn't that great either. And you know, it's not all his fault. You know, you could put a lot of the blame on the coaches as well. But at the same time, Reggie McKenzie, if he's in charge of picking this kind of personnel and the players in the draft, and the head coach only has some say so, it wasn't great. A lot of you guys like to hype it up, make it seem like Reggie McKenzie was the savior, and why did we let him go like Khalil Mack? I'm sorry, McKenzie picked some good players. when they were obvious. But other than that, every other draft pick Reggie has made has been garbage. They're not on the football team. They're backups to other football teams, or they're not even in the league anymore. Miles Burris is a fucking actor, for crying out loud. I don't even know where Mario Edwards Jr. is at anymore. Like, so that's that. That's the Reggie McKenzie thing. Apparently, Mark Davis wanted the Marc Cooper traded. I'm not even mad at the Marc Cooper trade anymore. Fuck him. He was a Randy Moss 2.0. He didn't try here in Oakland. He pretty much admit that when he had his post-game interview with the Cowboys. He's been dissing Carr. He's been dissing the Raiders and our fans ever since he left. Kind of like how Bruce Irvin did. He said he was free, but the difference, Bruce Irvin has no sacks, and the Falcons are 0-5 since they got him. So, careful what you wish for. Marc Cooper, farewell. I don't give a fuck. All the shade that he's throwing, his ego is massive. I don't like that shit, dude. At least with Khalil Mack, like, he got his contract. The man's being humble. He's playing football. Cooper's probably salty he got traded at the same time, but all of a sudden now he's a superstar again. The man was not putting that much effort in, and it wasn't Carr's fault. Marc Cooper was leading the league in drops at one point, so fuck him. And then last thing, this lawsuit against the Raiders, man, this is huge. So this is pretty much Oakland's fuck you to the Raiders, and this is stupid because they're not gonna win. Whether they're trying to keep the brand of the Raiders or not, that's not gonna happen. The NFL would be stupid to let that happen. The NFL is definitely probably going to step in and help the Raiders and Mark Davis out with this, because if the Raiders lose the brand, the Raiders, there is no Vegas. There is no hype for Vegas anymore. And honestly, I'll stop watching football. If the Raiders are no longer a franchise in the NFL, I'm sorry, I ain't got no team to root for. And I'm sure a lot of you probably feel the same way. I'm not rooting for no Chargers, no Rams. I don't give a fuck how well they're doing. The Chargers are 10-3, and people still don't show up to those fucking games. So I mean, and I still don't see shit repped around here. It's the same as if it was if they were still in San Diego. And the Rams too, man. I see a little bit more, just a tiny bit this year. But the team is a Super Bowl contender, and fuck, where's the hype at? Where's the hype? But anyways, so if the Raiders end up not being a franchise anymore, which I don't think is going to happen, I think that's outrageous. I think that's totally left of what could happen, but it's a possibility. But this lawsuit is pretty much going to kick the Raiders out a year early. They're not going to play in Oakland next year, so then where do we play? Mark Davis said all options are available. This is kind of exciting in a way, but it's also like really embarrassing, and it just feels kind of whack too. Like, we're so dysfunctional that we're gonna play at some random stadium in a random city, most likely for a year. So the possibilities could be San Diego, could be be the San Diego Raiders for a year. Rose Bowl in Pasadena, I don't think is realistic. I don't think they'll allow it, unfortunately, even though it's like down the street from at least me. Santa Clara with the Niners, I know the Niners don't want it at all. Mark Davis definitely doesn't want that either. But I feel like the NFL might force that to happen if Vegas is not realistic to go a year early, which I don't think it is. I don't think there's anywhere for us to play. And I don't think that's going to happen a year early. So I think our best two options right now at this point is San Diego and Santa Clara. I don't think Oakland's off the table now with this lawsuit going through. I don't think Pasadena and the Rose Bowl is a possibility. That would be historic, though. And then I don't think Vegas is realistic either I think I said that already. I'm sorry. But I think Santa Clara, the NFL forcing the Raiders to play in Santa Clara for a year is a definite possibility. I think that's like 60% right now, in my opinion, in my eyes, where I see things can land. If not, we play in San Diego for a year. What happens to our name at that point? If we're no longer the Oakland Raiders, do we become the San Diego Raiders for 1 year? That's crazy. That's crazy. If they do go to San Diego to play in the Qualcomm Stadium, I am definitely there. I am definitely there all year, man. Holy shit, 2-hour drive. I will take that any day. I got family that live only an hour away. I could crash there. So yeah, man, that's really the topics, the shit that's going down right now. I want to know what you guys think about it. I'm sorry, I should have been putting up these videos. I love to get that initial reaction, and then once the day goes by, I feel like it's not fresh. I know a lot of people don't watch it, and I don't like seeing those numbers so low, man. It's a little discouraging. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Is it fuck Marc Cooper? How do you feel about this Oakland lawsuit? It's crazy, man. We play the Bengals on Sunday, a game I think we can win. We could probably win out the rest of the year. Last game in Oakland is Monday night. We'll talk about that later, though. I'm Mr. Raider Kid. Thanks for watching. If you did watch, like, comment, share, subscribe to all your homies. Raider Nation, you know what it is. You know what it do. Catch you guys later.